Good. Get in there, brother. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would love to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, blessings and safety to the elect. And we represent the Great Millstone camp here in Cleveland. Lord willing, this live stream is edifying to the hopeful elect, man. And as you can see on the title of the live stream, it says Blackouts Coming to America, which this won't be the first time that America experienced a blackout, okay? Because back in 2003, me and the brother was speaking off camera, dealing with the blackout that took place in America. It was very, very, matter of fact, Jake, can you pull up an article on that? All right.
It says, this is Wikipedia. The Northeast blackout of 2003 was a widespread power outage throughout parts of northeast, eastern, and midwestern United States and most parts of the Canadian province of Ontario on Thursday, August 14, 2003, beginning just after 4:10 p.m.
And how many people died, bro?
100 people died and 55 million people were affected.
And it made me further research because, you know, you have Canada right now threatening America pretty much to cut off a lot of the power or electricity in the states, man. And, you know, in 2003, we looked up that America had Canada had an issue with America pretty much over the Iraq war. So who knows, man? Hey, Canada could have had, because they all Edomites at the end of the day, man. They all move the same. They all have the same mindset, you know, but not trying to digress, man. We're going to go right into that article with breaking news.
No, but what you said is relevant because that's an act of war. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of warfare is like removing somebody's resources. You know what I'm saying? In this case, electricity. That's a strategy that other nations do to destabilize their enemy.
Yep.
And so I got the article that's dealing with the breaking news that's happening right now because the title of the lesson is A Blackout Coming to America. And right now you have a blackout in Spain and in Portugal. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing chaos over there. And that's what this article says. It says Spain and Portugal hit by unexplained power blackout, wiping out traffic lights and causing travel chaos. You know, so that means that the air traffic control is not working. You know, the gas pumps and the traffic lights is not working. You know, air conditionings and respirators and, you know what I'm saying, these different medical machines that people need to actually stay alive. You know,
some cars ain't working.
Right. Teslas. You know what I'm saying? You can't even charge up your Tesla. You know, so therefore a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, as it says in the second edge, because it just says this blackouts cause travel chaos, man. Okay.
The tolls.
Right, tolls come. It says Spain and Portugal are racing the setting sun as they respond to and why they racing the setting sun? Because when nightfall, if it's still no power, you know, they know that. That's why they trying to hurry up and get it back on before night. It says unexplained power outages that knocked out traffic lights and caused chaos on roads and in airports and threatened to plunge tens of millions of people into darkness on Monday. It says the outage took out lighting and power sockets and caused subway systems to suddenly fail. Some power began to trickle back, but efforts to fully revive the grid and to identify the cause have not been successful.
Payments are done. You can't make no type of electronic payments.
You can't even get electronically paid. You know, if you get direct deposit, that direct deposit might not hit because the internet is not working, man. You see, and this is another part of the dangers of having digital money and not having physical money. You know, so this is a foreshadowing of what's going to come to America. Okay, right. Because we know about the plague of darkness in ancient Egypt. Okay, and the Lord said, I got the precept for y'all.
You got it up.
The second Ezra 15 and verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So, go ahead.
So I was just going to add real quick. That's how you know It's not talking about actual Egypt because Esdras, he was in the Medo-Persian captivity. You know, he was around back then, and that was way after the Egyptian captivity. So this has to be talking about the future, and this has to be talking about America, because this is the place where the Israelites are being led as a flock to the slaughter, man.
Yep, and he said he's gonna smite it with plagues as before.
Mm-hmm.
So he's referencing ancient Egypt, and he's telling you that he's gonna smite the new Egypt, because the Bible speaks about a new Egypt in Revelation, the 11th chapter. He's gonna smite the new Egypt with the plagues, the same plagues that he smote the ancient Egypt. Okay.
And one of those plagues was the darkness.
Right.
Okay, the darkness. Hey, the blackout. Okay.
This is. Go ahead. You got
No,
one.
go ahead.
I'm looking for it. This is Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 18, I believe, is where.
And people don't understand, man. That's hey, once that blackout happens, it's gonna throw everything off track, man. Okay, it's gonna throw everything off track, man. Okay, and especially you know, if the blackout law lasts for a period of long time, man. You know, hey, a lot of food in these supermarkets gonna get spoiled.
Right.
They're gonna unthaw.
Right.
Even the food in your refrigerator gonna go bad, man. You know, so it's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna take place, man, within this blackout. And not only would this blackout be very, very different, because we in the end, man. You know, we are in the end, man. And this devil, you know, he's trying to do anything in his power to bring forth the New World Order, man. Okay, the MOTB by any means. All right. So
because you had in that movie American Blackout, that's a movie that brothers can watch to see the point that we're coming from. Because in the movie American Blackout, they said that the first 72 hours are pretty much, you know, it's pretty smooth, but then the next 72 hours after that is complete utter chaos, because within that first 72 hours, people have to cook all they was having like block parties, and they was all barbecuing their meat because the meat was going bad. You see, so they was like, well, instead of wasting the meat and letting it go bad, we just gonna have a big barbecue party, and they was all partying. But then a couple days go by, and they realized the power wasn't coming back on. That's when the desperateness set in, you know.
Oh.
And so I got the precept, Wisdom of Solomon. I'm gonna start this Wisdom of Solomon 18, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "For they were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up, by whom the incorrupt light of the law."
So start read Solomon 17. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, and I'm gonna start up a little more. I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, "For the whole world shone with clear light, and none were hindered to receive them, but yet were they to themselves more grievous than the darkness," right? Because during that time, all right, where the Lord declared that plague of darkness in Egypt, or where the Israelites said it was light, okay, where we were good, so that we could continue to do our labors. All right, that their inward thoughts of what could be out there, you know, was terrifying them more than the actual darkness itself.
Yeah, because they were seeing apparitions, which is demons. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was showing them. Because if you ever been in thick darkness, bro, you think you seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. When it's super black, you be like, what the fuck? You be kind of like confused.
You can't see where you're going. You know?
So that's a terrifying thing, man.
Even if you put on a flashlight, you still see darkness. That's how dark it was, man.
Yeah. It was
yeah. It says verse 8. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18, verse 1. "Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light, whose voice they hearing and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same things, they count them happy." Right? So guess what? During this time where the Lord is going to bring these plagues back, he did in Egypt when he bring it here to America, the elect is going to have great light. They're going to be well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You was going into Yaquam how the water is also affected and cut off when the electricity is off.
Yeah, because it's a whole filter process. And not only that, you know, taking the water, you know, from the lake It's sitting it through a whole process that takes electricity. So there will be no water. Okay? That's going to ultimately usher in, that famine of water.
Exactly.
Okay? That's going to usher in you women not being able to take your shower after your Rago sauce moments, So, hey, man, it's going to usher in a lot of shit, man. And water is essential. Water is a necessity, okay, to live, pretty much,
I got a quick one. This is the account in ancient Egypt. This is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21.
And I wanted to say this because that's all E got to do, man. Pull the grid, hey, cut the grid, shut the grid off, man. Okay? Hey, shut the grid off, man, and that's going to do away with everything. Your money, the bank accounts, the food.
Cash app.
Ain't nothing sending no cash app. Ain't no Apple pay me this, Apple pay me that. Okay? Hey, a lot of you niggas don't know. You niggas, you think Jake out there stocking up on battery packs and shit, man? Jake ain't worried about that.
Right. And then Esau, he could make cash illegal during that time. So then what you going to do? Then the nigga just reset everything.
Right. Yeah. It says here in Exodus chapter 10, verse 21, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
It's so dark where you can feel it, man. You know how terrifying that is, man?
That's great.
Okay? Imagine walking in the dark woods all alone, man, with no light at all, man. But we talking about the darkness to where you cut on a flashlight, you still don't see the light. That's how dark it was.
And that's thick darkness because there's certain lights, like if somebody's shining a super powerful flashlight, you could feel that light. You know what I'm saying? Like you could feel the light. So that darkness was so powerful that you could feel it, man.
And if I could add too, because it's like you know how in Genesis, right, where it talks about how the Lord said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And basically, light is made up out of a bunch of elements and particles and things like that. So if the darkness is that thick, that means that the air has to be dense because the particles and the elements is more spread apart, man. So that means, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of spirit. It's a lot that come with that thick darkness, man.
Yeah. It's like a black hole almost. It says, and Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days.
Damn.
But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. You see, and this is the light that we have, this truth, which will allow you to have the light in those dark days to come. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. So the Egyptians, they were so terrified, they didn't leave their house. And they tell you in Wisdom of Solomon that they were so terrified that they was sitting in the corner and somewhere in the corner because they didn't want, nothing behind them. So they like put themselves up against the wall in the corner, like, It's gonna
get real, man. So but think about it now. A black out here in America when niggas got guns. Niggas is already. You got the YN generation. They already out of it. They already little demons, man. So it's gonna be a lot of violence. It's gonna be especially in the dark. People like to do certain acts, wicked acts, man. Jake take the advantage. It's dark outside, so we can get away with going to do A, B, and C, going over there to I want to kill, I want to murder, I want to do this, I want to rob, I want to do this, I want to kick a dough. So it's going, man, we coming into some times, man, and it's the thing too, man. You got the inflation, the price of food's increasing. So the Lord is bringing all this at once, man.
Yeah,
I got something for you. I typed in what does it mean, the cover of darkness? It says, under the cover of darkness means to do something in secret, usually at night, hidden from the view by the darkness.
There it is, man. No cameras, what?
Right.
No cameras? Right. Nobody can see you?
That's why they wear them nowadays. They wear shiesties,
Right, can't nobody hold you accountable, for your acts if can't nobody identify you for the action. But see, what we're telling you is that the Lord is the one that's doing these things, man. Okay, and the Lord is the one that's going to hold you accountable, hence the judgment. And a judgment like great darkness, while you got other, things going on that's making the world turn, it's going to become like it's gonna become like a boiling point.
Domino effect.
Yeah, domino effect, where it's just gonna spread, man. So like that blackout that happened in
2003.
no, not 2003, the one we reading about in
Ancient
Portugal and Spain,
Oh, sorry.
right? It's gonna spread to France. It's gonna spread to neighboring cities to the point it's gonna spread here to America, man.
Eventually.
Eventually.
And the Lord gonna save the best for last, man.
Mhm.
Because this is the place with all the delicacies. You know, and this is the place where, you know, people, you know, it's just, they do us now, hey, land of the free, right? And land of the free, the home of the brave, man. So the Lord's gonna save this place for last, man.
And I typed in on Chat GPT, how would a nationwide blackout cause chaos in America? It says a nationwide blackout in America would cause massive chaos because so many essential systems depend on electricity.
Woo! And that's how Esau set things up, man.
Right.
Hey, because you naturally, things could have just been naturally done if Esau would have left them untouched.
Right.
The Lord had all these things being done naturally, but due to Esau and, you know, the technology that the Lord gave him, you know, this devil, he's creating things artificial. So everything is pretty much hooked up to the grid, man. So once you collapse the grid, you just hit the grid, man. You know, pretty much everything goes out, man.
And the Lord cursed the earth, you know, for Cain's sake, you know. So what did Esau do? He tried to use technology to go around that curse, man.
It says, and then it lists a couple of systems that rely on electricity. It says the communications breakdown.
The phones,
Cell towers.
the phones. So,
Internet.
hey, guess what? You ain't gonna be able to call your loved ones, man.
911.
Okay, 911. No 911. What's your emergency? Hey, you know, because even if your phone don't got service, your cell phone is still call 911 without your phone being. Hey, they ain't gonna be able to. You know how you can call 911 and hang up? They'll call you back. Yeah, you're actually you're located at 7362 Colgate Avenue. No, none of that shit gonna work.
Then it says transportation collapse.
Cars, the RTA, public transportation, cars. You ain't gonna be able to put gas in your car. And these is things to consider. All right. See, Jake ain't. Guarantee you, niggas ain't thinking about that. Niggas thinking about NFL season. Okay. That's why this shit is it's gonna catch you off guard, man. Okay. The scriptures talk about the Lord coming like a thief in the night. You know, even though that's actually going into the day of the missiles, but just in general, man, these things is gonna catch you. Hey, man, the days of Noah, man. Okay.
And it's already dangerous traveling on public transportation. You know, you see certain articles, women got burned on the subway, or a guy in Cleveland just got shot getting off the bus or hopping on the bus. So how much more when this, you know what I'm saying, darkness?
Right. It says banking and financial chaos.
Ooh, where your money at, man? Okay, hey, look, wherever your treasure's at, that's where your heart is at. You know, Jake constantly thinking about, you know, Edomites, you think these niggas live their life worrying about that bank account with all those millions of dollars in there. You know, Jake live their life thinking about that shoebox under Big Mama bed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. With all the, you know. So, hey, man, you know, the whole money structure is going to be done, man.
Right.
You ain't going to be able to ATM withdrawals and, you know, it's going to be a bank run, too. You know, they keep talking about a bank run. That's also in the media, a bank run where people, they're going to see certain things taking place and it's going to, you know, and so like this, right? They might come out with an article tomorrow how the bank system is still down. People in America gonna look at that and say, you know what, honey, we should go to the bank and withdraw 60 grand. Then you have this nigga, I want to withdraw 40 grand. And this nigga, I want to withdraw 20 grand. Just in case some shit happen. And guess what? That'll cause the bank to collapse. That money isn't there.
Right.
You know?
Because that's how banks make money. But other people put money in their banks.
Loaning it out, putting interest on it. So, you know, a lot of people, because when you want to get a certain amount of money out your account, you got to actually you got to reserve it. You have to get them a heads up. Yeah, 2 days from now, I need to take out $8,000 or 80 grand.
Yeah, you can't just do that on the fly.
You can't just do it. Yeah,
I think if it's over 10,000, you got to report it to the IRS.
Yeah.
You know,
that's how you know it's not your money.
Exactly. So this ain't real. You know. But anyway, the fourth system that relies on electricity is food and water shortages. Grocery stores depend on power for refrigeration and logistics. Food will spoil. Water treatment plants rely on electricity.
Now imagine when these trucks, where they go to get this food at, that relies on electricity.
Right.
So, man, that's all that has to be done, man. Just go ahead and pull the grid, man.
Right,
Pull the plug, man. Everything shuts down, man. Like the scriptures talk about through like traffic. Traffic, man, in itself, man. When you see niggas in traffic, they either going to spend money or they going to make money. All that shit gonna come to a knot, man. Go ahead, huh?
Hey, I just thought about how when you mentioned pull the plug, I just thought about when you was growing up, you was playing the game. Cause Jake is playing this game, your mom come put it, you be so hurt, bro.
Everything shut all that,
you know.
Yeah.
So it says, the fifth one, medical emergencies. Hospitals have backup generators, but those only last for a limited time. Medical supplies will break down. Life-saving treatments will be delayed
And
or impossible.
people won't be able to go and get their medication. You won't be able to go to CVS because CVS want to ask you 1,000 questions. What's your address? What we gotta look. What's Social Security?
Right.
They ain't gonna be able to do none of that. So if that's the case, anybody can pull up. I need medicine for Rogers. Okay, Rogers. So yeah, all that. So niggas is gonna be getting sick. Niggas ain't gonna be able to get on those respirators because you got some people who got oxygen tanks, respirators and shit. You gotta charge your wheelchair up to move around. Like, hey, that power outage is gonna, man, it's gonna fuck this place up, man. It's going, and this place deserves it, man.
And they show you that when people's loved ones can't get the treatment or the medical assistance that they need, it causes them to, like, they'll spaz out, like they'll crash out over their loved one getting the medicine or the treatment that they need. So a lot of that's gonna be going on at the pharmacies. A lot of people fighting over medicine and prescriptions and stuff like that. All that's gonna be taken.
The bread and circus is finished. No more watching sports. Ain't no more sport betting.
Right.
Okay. Ain't no more hitting the clubs and bars and turning up, man.
Yeah.
And this thing is gonna happen, man, unexpectedly, man.
The nigga you used to bet on, you're gonna see him betting on some shit so he could get some food, man.
It says widespread panic and crime.
Widespread panic and crime, man. Niggas just gonna be panicking, and that's when the crime.
Without lights, alarms, and police coordination.
So a nigga breaking your car, your alarm ain't gonna go off. Your burglary system ain't gonna go off.
Right.
Hey, because when a nigga breaking your house, it notifies the company the alarm company,
ADT.
And then they calls the police.
Oh, okay.
So that whole process is done, man.
It says martial law or curfews might be declared in some areas to restore order.
And that'll give Esau the reason to bring out the UN troops. Okay? That'll give Esau the reason to bring out the United Nations troops, man, the foreign troops on American soil, man.
Right.
And it's the spirit, just real quick, because I'm subscribed to Redactic, and they just uploaded something where it says Europe's blackout crisis, nothing works. You know what I'm saying? So even out there in Europe, they having a blackout crisis.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
And then and knowing Esau, he likes to try certain things in certain cities before he issue them here. Like, let's create a blackout in Europe and Spain or China, and let's calculate, how the people reacted, how many people died, because we need this to be, perfect.
And they show you that in the movies, like the villain, he'll always, like the evil mastermind, he will run a trial run on a smaller scale, you know what I'm saying, and examine his work, and then he'll go and do it for
That's
real.
the spirit, because that's what they do with these different hurricanes and things like that. They create hurricanes in like laboratories. They'll build like a little city in a laboratory, and then they'll cause a hurricane, and they'll see how that hurricane destroyed that city in that laboratory, in that lab. All right, and then they'll fucking execute it big time.
Now it says the seventh reason: industrial and environmental disasters. Power plants, chemical factories, and refineries need electricity for safe operation. Failures could lead to accidents or pollution events. Then it also says long-term economic collapse.
So like a lot of people work at power plants and chemical factories, stuff like that.
And then the last one says psychological impact. Without TV, internet, or basic comforts, fear and desperation will escalate, leading to mass hysteria.
They showed you that on the movie Leave the World Behind, man. That girl wanted to watch. She wanted to watch Friends, man.
This one watch Friends.
She was going crazy. I want to watch the episode of Friends. All right, hey, a lot of people gonna go crazy, bro. They can't get on Instagram and Facebook. No more social media. Hey, this is how you really Hey, I'm gonna say this for in some cases, you know, social media may bring people comfort because they be able, you know, they might have a loved one that moved out of town and they be able to keep up with their loved one and make sure they loved one good through social media and things like that. People network their businesses, they make money off of social media, so all that shit is gonna stop, man.
Yeah, a lot of people vent on social media too, you know, because they don't have physical people or, you know, around, so they just get on social media and just get the vent.
And niggas get them under the comment board. It's gonna be okay.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Give them encouragement.
Get them encouraged. Call on Jesus. He'll be there for you.
Pray
All
for
that
this
madness, man. The
Right.
Lord I can't wait till the Lord get you niggas, man.
And it's funny you mentioned that movie Leave the Word Behind, because in that movie they also had the scene where remember the dude was coming to get some medicine from his neighbor.
Oh,
For
yeah,
his
he was
son.
like, he put out his bankroll. He was like, how much you want for your money is no good to me.
Right. He said, "You better get the fuck off my property, or I'll blow your ass away."
Oh, this me.
Right, we're neighbors.
We're neighbors.
No, that shit. Even that movie John Q. That nigga
Oh,
Denzel
that's the spirit I was
Washington.
gonna say that.
He crashed out about that heart transplant for his son, man.
Yeah, come on, John.
So once that medical shit, that's gonna cause a lot of chaos, man. If that medical industry is affected, man.
Yeah, the scriptures talk about, man, 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, 19th verse.
Right there.
Yeah, you can grab that too. You have some, bro?
Yeah, this Isaiah 24, verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Hey, niggas who was once, you know, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. You know, they sighing now, man. And like in the days of Noah, it said they were eating and drinking and giving it to marriage until the day Noah entered into the ark. And they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So also the coming of the Son of Man be. Same fashion, man, just a different element this time. You know, but hey, the blackout is just the beginning of sorrows, man. The Lord got some shit in line for you people. Hey, and especially I was thinking about if a blackout really took place, even in the zoos, man, animals might find a way up out of there. Ain't gonna be no zookeepers there, you know, hitting them with antidepressants, you know, and shit like that, man.
You got a lot of animals that's nocturnal that can operate better in the dark.
Yeah.
It says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 17.
And then they got a lot of bear sightings, man. A lot of bear sightings.
Yeah,
You know, you got coyotes, which are predators. All right, so you got to understand, you know, you go into the middle of the woods, you know, at nighttime, that's the coyote field right there. You know, they predators. They'll fucking hunt you down. You can't see where they come from.
Right.
You know.
Yep. And it says 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Hey, it's gonna be damn checkpoints, man, too. You know, because when all hell break loose or it's a blackout, you may have the troops out here blocking certain areas off. And nigga, that ain't gonna stop me. Nigga, a regular ass cone stop you. Esau can put a cone right there, put a bunch of cones right there.
Redirect traffic all around the city.
Off cones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you think is gonna happen with a troop right there that don't speak English? And all he doing is giving you the head nod.
Right. Shit, don't be like IUIC when them motherfuckers, them big African motherfuckers come up with them guns. You better leave. You better do what they say. It says in verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Hey, get 2nd Ezra 8 and 52, bro. Bring that back.
It says 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Because of their pride, man. See, you niggas is prideful, man. We know Esau, he's the most pridefulest creation that the Lord created. But you niggas, you put the P in pride, man. You know, you look up the definition of pride, man. You got a Jake right there. Because Jake is just fucking pride. The scripture say the beginning of pride was one departed from their maker, man. So you niggas, you don't need the Lord right now. You good. You got it all. You got it all handled. But see, you know, the Lord should be your plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. See, the Lord, y'all niggas plan D. You know, plan A, plan B, plan C, you trusting in some bullshit. All right? But guess what, man? When this shit hit, when this blackout happen, because it's going to happen real soon, you niggas is going to be running like a chicken with your head cut off, man. All right?
It says in 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Man shall be afraid. So what I leave you women, man? What I leave you women? If men going to be afraid, because you women look to men for comfort and distress. Okay, so what are you gonna do? If the nigga you lay with, he afraid and shook, what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna be able to call, you ain't gonna be able to pick up your second heart, which is your phone, and dial those 3 numbers. Excuse me, he won't get out of my house.
Right.
Hey, you even in Pennsylvania, you got, I forgot the city it is, but they don't have any like certain police officers. So a lot of they're not coming out unless it's an actual emergency. So you can't call the police. Excuse me, he won't leave my house. I told him to leave 5 times. Sorry, man, we only taking emergency calls. Right. It's not emergency, not life threat.
That's a civil matter. You know what I'm saying? If his name is on a lease, that's a civil. Police can't
contact
do nothing.
your landlord.
Yeah.
Go downtown and file.
Right. Unless he actually physically put a hand on you and you tell the police that the police can't do nothing because he live there, you live there.
In some cases, it turned into actual violence too.
Right.
Nigga be tired of that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They'll wait till it turns into something more like that in order to deal with it.
Yeah, this blackout gonna be extreme here at Babylon though. You got it out.
2 Ezra 15 verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Have no pity upon their neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, man, which is the gun. You know, they coming in. I was just telling the chick, hey, you think a nigga don't know you in there by yourself, man? You mean to tell me you've been living here 5 years by yourself single? You don't think it's some nigga on your street that's watching you?
Right. They know that you live alone.
Some nigga coworker you work with, you still ain't got a man yet? Keep saying, no, I'm still lonely and single. He in his mind. I can't wait to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he probably shot at her. You know what I'm saying?
She shot him down.
Yeah, right.
Put him in a friendship zone.
Right. So when a chick shoots you down, you pay attention to if she get a man or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
It says in 2 Ezra 15 and 19.
When it said a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword.
Yeah.
And we was going into the difference between burglary and P&E. No. Burglary and home invasion. See, burglary is when somebody break and enter into your home when you're not there. Home invasion is when they come into your house while you're there. You know, and that's what they're gonna do. All right, they're gonna come in there with the sword. Look, they ain't coming for the flat screen on the laptop, man. It's, your laptop and your flat screen is safe. Okay, your jewelry is safe. Okay, they coming for the damn pantry.
Especially a person that just watched their daughter, their family get unalive. They don't got nothing left to live for. They not about to have mercy on somebody who got a family. This man got, please, I have a family, and I just lost my family, so I'm not about to have mercy on you.
Hey, you were just on Instagram Live showing off the pantry, girl.
Right.
This was $5,000 a Sam Club get you. Right. You cooking all these book meals, nigga.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya gonna get her house ran up in, man. And then she gonna get her vessel ran up in too, man.
That's right.
You know, it says in 2 Ezra 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, like in the movie Leave the World Behind. And my son, he's having an allergic reaction. His throat is swollen. He can't breathe. I don't give a fuck. I got the shotgun. You better get off my land.
And what you think gonna happen in the prisons?
Right.
You know, when that blackout take place in the prisons. You know, when you dealing with those prison bars where there ain't no because they get ran by electricity. They open up. When the electric go out, you can pull them open in.
Damn.
You know, that's what. Oh, yeah, when you go into like the prisons and things like that, they got the bars and the gates and stuff that get ran by a push of a button. When the electric go out, they got to call for a massive lockdown because you can pretty much open those bars with your hands now.
Right.
Open the gate with your hands, so it's gonna cause niggas in the prison to get wild, and they niggas got life. They gonna fucking come out in the streets, man.
Esau might let them out.
Yeah, Esau. Yeah, I can see Esau letting them
out. If he
out.
don't have the resources to keep him alive in the prison without electricity, he had to let them out.
Yeah, he'd have to let them out, and I can see him letting the zoo animals out.
Right.
He a devil, man. He's somewhere in a secret. He's somewhere in a damn bunker or a secret compartment in a mountain.
Mount Retreat.
Watching everything.
You want to say something?
Yeah, in that movie, it's a movie on Netflix called Afraid, and they show you that in that movie. You know, basically it was like a what's it called? Like a apocalyptic movie, apocalyptic setting, and all the prison guards was broken out of, and the lady, the main character, the lady, she had her son and her daughter, but the prisoner they wanted her son. You know what I'm saying? They was about to take her son. So yeah, just to back up, you know what you were saying.
2 Ezra 15 verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
And I know we laughing, you know, because hey, we actually gonna laugh in that day because you people rejected the Lord, but this thing is serious, man. It's gonna get real bad out here, man. You know.
It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
And that blackout can cause all this. That it can usher all this in. The blackout can.
Yeah.
You know.
And this already happening. You seeing it happening now. You know, people getting robbed at gunpoint, broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, this Luke 23, verse 31. For if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry? You know what I'm saying? They doing these things now, and you can go to the grocery store and shop for your food. It may not be as much cost efficient as it was last year, but you can still do it, opposed to you not having to eat at all. So it's gonna get deadlier worse. You got YNs out here now. They call YNs now. So imagine that day, man.
Government shutdowns.
Mm-hmm.
See, the Lord is setting this thing up. If you're actually paying attention, see, our people not paying attention to what's going on, man. You know, I was on the phone with somebody. I asked them, I said, "What's going on in the world?" She get to talk about what you want to talk about. The draft, or she got to talking about some bullshit.
NFL draft.
Yeah, she talking about the NFL draft. Who the Browns just got 2 quarterbacks and all this shit. I'm not even kidding. Like, I fuck with it. You know, I watch sports, but man, there's other shit going on. Right. You ask the average person to tell you they don't know about the what's going on in Spain and Portuguese right now. Right. You think they know about a blackout over there? A nigga don't even know about the blackout that took place in America in 2003.
Right. They barely know about the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? But they know the prices. All the Jake knows the prices going up.
Right.
They don't know why.
They don't know why. They don't even want to look out for why. You know, research why. They just the prices going up, keep going up. This is ridiculous and all this shit. That's how they be talking, man. I got a quick one. This second Ezra 16 and verse 20, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they're not mindful of why these punishments is being dished out in the earth, man. You know, they're not trying to figure out why the earth is having famines, why there's plagues, and why there's so much tribulation and anguish in the earth, man. And then when we come out the scriptures to tell them, they don't want to hear what we got to say. So that's why, but that's why the brother said we gonna laugh at your calamity.
Mm-hmm. This is 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter time." Salakia. It says, "For great misery shall be done to them that are in the latter time."
That in the latter time.
Salakia. That in the latter time shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride.
There it is, man. Great miseries, man, shall be done to them in the latter days, man, latter times, because they have walked in great pride, man. It's really for you Jakes, man, you know, because these heathens is just going to be a casualty of war. This is for you Jakes, man. The scriptures say that the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. And that's what the Lord is going to do, man, through these scary times, man. You know, Jacob's trouble is on the rise, man. Okay, it's like you're not going to be able to compare a day in history. You're not going to be able to compare it to what's coming, man. The Lord is actually going to bring this. He's about to bring it, man.
I gotta close it.
All right, you got it.
This is Proverbs 23, and I'm gonna read down to 26. It says Proverbs 1 and 23. I'm gonna read down to 26. It says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you."
That's what the Lord doing now, because the doors of repentance still open.
Right.
You know, the prophets still out there. Our apostles and elders, they've been out there and they still out there. So the Lord's words is still, his arm still reached out.
It said, what it say in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, it said, when it was given unto them, they understood not, but despised it. The same must know it at the death by pain.
It says in verse 24, "Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded."
Yeah, you pretty much, you telling the Lord, you okay. You got it yourself.
No, I'm good.
I don't need you. I'm good.
Right. It's like you know when when your mom try to grab you or hold your hand, you snatch away from her. You know, that's like the ultimate sign of disrespect.
Yeah, that's what a woman do to her man. You know, you try to grab you and you
snatch you.
Yeah, that's the ultimate disrespect. You know?
It says, but verse 25, "But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes."
So the Lord is going to mock you and laugh at you through his men, through the elect, man, through the prophets, man. The ones that been out here instant, in season and out of season through all weather, preaching and prophesying unto you, warning you of these things that was coming, man. The Lord is gonna laugh at you niggas. All right, especially you niggas that's calling on Jesus, man. Jesus.
Jesus played out.
Yeah.
Jesus was remember that one door to keep Jesus Christ. I love you, God. Jesus Christ.
You see that nigga no more. That nigga gone.
You know, I said the Lord probably smoked me, man.
Right. It's verse 27. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Because guess what? None of those idols is gonna help you. The scriptures say, "Yet have ye forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more." Go and cry to the gods he have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So you're gonna have to call on Yahshua.
Right.
You see, now you ain't gonna have to call on Jesus, man. But once you see that ain't working, you're gonna be like, what they say the name was?
Right.
Yahweh?
Right.
Yahweh, that's the name, we got it.
Right, we got
But when the Lord say,
Many shall say, Lord, Lord. Yep.
yeah.
It says, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find
And
me.
ultimately, because it's the Lord deals with order, so they're gonna try to seek the prophets. Hey, Amos the 11th chapter, the famine of the word, man. They should run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. See, back in the ancient days, when you went to inquire of the Most High, the scriptures talk about, they said, let us go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. So they knew they had to go to the prophets in order to inquire, what the deal was. When the prophets came on the scene, they knew a message from the Lord was coming, you know?
And they got scared too, because they didn't know if the message was going to be, for prosperity or for destruction.
Yep.
It says, and just to close it out, verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
There it is. And that's why these things are going to befall you. Hosea, the 4th chapter, the 6th verse, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. All right. Hey, man, hey, man, this blackout is coming, man. The Lord is going to bring those same plagues which he brought upon, ancient Egypt. And man, and one of those plagues was darkness, man. All right. So, hey, it's coming. All right. So, hey, man, as the scriptures say, hey, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Hey, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Last one. Make no tarrying and turn to the Lord and put not off day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man.
Hey, because we forgot to mention, even these videos, you need electricity to get these videos, man. So once the grid go down, once there's no electricity, you won't even be able to get this truth.
And that's for brothers too.
Right.
What's that scripture in Ecclesiastics where it talks about, working while
Wise day.
Wise day, pretty much.
For the night cometh.
For the night cometh when no man can work.
Yep.
Right. So even you brothers out there, man, lock into the lessons that the apostles and elders, throwing up, man. Get in tune, man. Get these breakdowns. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost while, we can still do it. All right. So, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. We're going to end giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Blessings and safety to the elect. Shalom, keep up hope. We almost home.
Shalom.
Bro.